To great interviews, a series of conversations with industry leaders. David Burke, celebrity chef, is here with us today at his restaurant Tavern. David, what do we have today?
Well, we have one of our dishes here. It's called candy bacon, and it's presented, as you can see, on a homemade clothesline. And one of our signatures, what we do is we blow torch it and we cut a piece off, and we eat with chopsticks, not chopsticks. Clothespins, not clothespins. Chopsticks came out many years ago, but this is fairly new as a utensil. So this is one of our dishes. It's creative, it's whimsical, it's shareable, it's Instagrammable, and those are the types of things we try to get some of that on the menu these days versus what I used to cook in '85 when I first came to New York. And some things have changed over the years with our approach to designing dishes. We've always had beautifully designed pastry, of course.
Yes, people are delighted and surprised by your desserts.
But we try to add that into some of the other parts of the menu. Not necessarily so much on the main dishes as much as the appetizer. And this is the famous cheesecake pop, the original cake pop.
What's in these lollipops?
Cheesecake. Well, we started with smoked salmon and foie gras. But so many things have changed over I've been in New York 35 years almost.
So tell us how, when you first started, the challenges have evolved since then.
Well, years ago, cooking at the high level, the tabletop changed. It was all much more formal with tablecloths and wine glasses and candles and, River Cafe was still somewhat piano playing. We also had reservations were much different. Maitre d's were a little more, people would dress. The dress code for the waiters and the staff was much tighter. And then there's the dress code for the clientele change. I guess that's the way you make reservations. So the table wasn't around, food critics, no Instagram, no Yelpers, no bloggers. The types of people that were working in restaurants back then were also a little more renegade and gung-ho and down and dirty when it came to working 60, 70 hours a week. The labor laws have changed, the Board of Health has changed. Luckily, and some for all good reason. The bar scene mixology has changed, creative cooking. We've always been creative in our approach to cooking, and but grounded in great classics and flavor, and there's also fusion, which is that's a pistachio and cherry.
White chocolate.
So that has happened, and also the way you see people now. Usually you had formalities with suits and ties. In certain room you had to have a jacket. In certain restaurants, now there's probably 4 or 5 restaurants in New York with a jacket, right? And that came from the West Coast where the weather's so nice and the more casualness of it. And in fact, I have a funny story because when David Burke and Donatella opened in '05, we opened in '04, but '05, we had the back room, and that was jacket only. No tie, but you need a jacket. No jeans. Couldn't wear jeans because the clientele they wanted to be with their clientele. We had another mezzanine room and a bar. So a gentleman comes in and he's wearing jeans, and we didn't see him in that room, and he was pissed. And he was angry. And we said, well, that's a policy. We sit next to someone, blah, blah, blah. So we sat him in the mezzanine area, him, his wife, another couple. And as the night filtered out, like a little later, the dining room, emptied out somewhat, and we had a pregnant woman, must have been a model, beautiful woman, come in, pregnant, who had jeans on, and we had no seats left, but we had seats in the main dining room. So we parade her past this guy, and he notices that she has jeans on, and he takes a shift. Where is she going down there? She has jeans on. I wasn't allowed to know the jeans. And also, it's always different. Men in jeans and women in jeans don't look the same. Right? So he's going out. She had a pashmina wrapped around her. She was, 5 or 6 months pregnant. Terrific shape. Very pretty woman. I think she was with her daughter or maybe a girlfriend. I don't remember that part. But I do remember this part. So she has no idea what the guy's talking about. She's just trying to get seated, right? So she figures it out and she says, oh, no jeans in that room? She goes, oh, I'm sorry. And she takes her shoes off and pulls her pants up right in front of the guy, right in front of everybody, wraps her pashmina around her thong, and hands the pants to the guy. Says, do you mind checking these for me? Bingo. And it was the funniest thing. And the guy's wife was like, you schmuck. And she laughed. The guy even, the guy grabbed it. He said, "See, steak." He went like, he goes, "Bravo." He goes, "You got me." He goes, "I apologize. In fact, I'm gonna bite her." So he bought her. I brought her around. So I don't remember. So she walked in front of me and sat down. And then the guy came over, he picked up her check, and he realized he was being an ass. But it was fun. It was great because without a second thought, she was like, "Oh, geez, no problem, no pants."
Well, it ended in a round of applause.
If we could all be problem solvers like that.
Well, thank you for your time today,
Okay,
David.
thank you.